Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, or Ray of Sunshine Beauty. Today's video is going to be how to create this peacock inspired look. Before we jump into the video, if you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that'd be awesome. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video at the end, and let's go ahead and jump into this video. To start off this look, we're going to prime our eyes using the Plouise eyeshadow base in Rumour 2. I'm just using a flat shader brush to place this in the eye and then blending it in with my finger. Now I'm going in with this eyeshadow palette in this blue shade from the NYX Avant palette. This is the Art Throb palette. And I'm just first placing this blue color in the crease. Keep in mind this is going to be a cut crease, so we're going to be cleaning this up a lot. So do not worry if it's messy. As you saw, I dipped into this navy blue shade from the Morphe 35B palette. And this is going a little bit below that lighter blue. I'm just taking a brush with no additional product and just blending the two together so we have a nice gradient of the light blue to the dark blue. Now mixing these two shades, I'm going to use a very small pencil brush and start to sketch out where I want the actual crease to go. Again, you're going to be cutting it later, so don't worry if it's super messy, but you want to keep this navy blue and black shade a little bit lower than you put the other blue shades. Again, going in with the large fluffy brush just over all of the work that we've done, just to blend it out a little bit more. Next, we're going to go in with that light lime shade, and we're just going to blend it in the upper area where we haven't really put any eyeshadow yet, just to blend all the shades together. I'm using a little bit more of that Plouise eyeshadow base, and I'm taking a very small shader brush to start cutting the crease. Now, I like to hold the skin up a little bit. I'm not pulling it, I'm just holding it tight so that it isn't going to move all over the place. You want to take your time doing a cut crease. I go in also with a small eyeliner brush just to really define that crease and make it as perfect as possible. Look at the difference between these two eyes. The left side, obviously, I have cut. The right side is still a mess. So I've already off camera done the other side. Now we're going to go in and create the rest of the eye look. Again, going back to that NYX Avant palette, on the outer corner of this cat eye winged, I don't even know what you call this, we're going to go ahead in with this green shade. First we start with the lime green, then I'm going to transition to this green shade, and then the inner corner is going to be the blue. So it's going to be this nice transition from lighter to darker in the inner corner, which is typically the opposite of I think what you would normally do, but I think it really popped for this look. I'm just taking a makeup wipe and just cleaning up the sides because we're going to essentially create a winged liner with eyeshadow here. Again, this does not have to be perfect because we're going to also clean this up with concealer. Just taking an eyeliner pencil, I'm going to go in with that black and blue shade and create and really close in that eyeshadow. I'm cleaning it up again with a little bit of concealer. It's a nice trick you can do. Next, we're going to pop on these lashes from NYX Professional Makeup. This is in the style Lay 'Em On Me. These are the Wicked lashes. Use whatever lashes that you would like. I just wanted to use something that was beautiful, not too much to take away from the eye look, but this worked perfect for this look. Next, I'm going to pop some eyeliner in my waterline. I hate doing this. I hate filming it. I don't like watching it. So we're just going to go into the next step, but I use the Melt Cosmetics 1978 eyeliner, but just use any black eyeliner that you have. Next, we're going to smoke out that lower lash line. We're going to be using all the same shades that we used above, the navy blue, the regular blue, the green, all those different shades are going to be used just to quickly smoke out the lower lash line. Love how this eyeshadow and the eye look came out. Next, we're going to pop on a little bit of highlighter. We are using the NYX Strobe Stick in the shade Electric Invasion. Feel free to use your favorite highlighter. I actually went in later and did a little bit of gold, but this was just what I used for this time. Thought it looked beautiful so far, so let's move on to the next step. Now that the face is pretty much done, we're going to move on to the chest piece because that is, of course, the most detailed part. As you can see, I've already actually drawn out where I want the peacock to go. It's just a rough sketch of where I'm going to be placing my paints. These paints are primarily all from Mehron. They are the Paradise Aqua paints. I will list every product that I'm using in the description box below, but I'll try and name them as well for you. So I've already used Blue Lagoon. We're using white here, and then next I'm going to be using the teal shade and black. I pretty much use all of Mehron paints except for I think one different one that I use, Graftobian. I'll let you know when I use that. Although I have sketched out where I want the peacock to go, I'm also not just drawing this from scratch. I am looking at a reference picture that I just found. I just Googled one that I liked. And now I'm just going in and using that reference picture to really create that peacock and create it and really make it my own. I'm using a little bit of that teal to lighten up on the head a little bit just to give it a little bit more dimension. I'm not going to do too much of shading right now because I'm going to go into that a little bit later. Now I'm creating these feathers that stick off the top of the head. I'm using those three shades again, the Blue Lagoon, the white, the teal, and a little bit of black. Again, just to try and give it some dimension. A peacock is all about beautiful, vibrant colors, so I tried to use as many as I could in this look that all fit into the same scheme. Once you're finished, this is actually a little split cake that I created myself. I did use one Wolf FX paint as well as a Mehron paint in dark green. This was my first time doing this technique, so I think it came out pretty good. Let me know what you think. I'm very new at this. I think it's called one stroke painting. I don't really know. But it was a great technique. It saved me a lot of time from having to shade the inner corner of all of the peacock feathers. So if you are interested, definitely look up other tutorials. I'll put some in the description box below, but really take your time doing this. It's quite a technique to practice. But I liked using that darker shade with the lighter shade. I thought it really gave some natural dimension to it without having to go in and do a lot of shading. So that's what I'm doing here, is creating this first layer of feathers before we go in and do the actual peacock feathers that everyone knows them for. I just used a black Mehron Paradise paint to go and sketch out all of the feathers. I used a reference picture just like the rest of the look, and I started to create all the feathers. I'm using the same colors from Mehron, the blue Lagoon, the white, the teal, the black, and you'll see I'm just going to go ahead and create the feathers themselves. Next, we're going to be going in with mixing these two shades. I want it to be a little bit yellow, but I didn't want it to be super yellow. I wanted to also have a little bit of gold in it. So that's why I mixed them together and creating those different dimensions. Now I'm going on the outside of the feather with this lime green shade. Really, all the different feathers that I saw had all different shades. It was really hard to replicate because they're just so iridescent and just beautiful, and I just did the best I could. Now I'm going in, this is the only Graftobian paint that I'm using. I just like the shade of purple, that's why I used it, not because I didn't want to use the purple from Mehron, but I like this shade and I wanted to do this and create those little feathers outside of the feather. Now comes the fun part. You're really just doing a lot of strokes, all different colors. I'm using all the colors that I've used so far. So the greens, I actually used this iridescent kind of silvery green, really just giving these feathers as much depth as we could. I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch. Essentially, I'm just darkening each of those and filling in that empty space. I wanted to give a little bit more of a pop to the look, so I actually went in with a glitter eyeliner. There's a few eyeliners that I used here from NYX Cosmetics. We have That's the Point eyeliner, which is black. I also used the crystal liner, which is what you'll see with the fun glitter, and then also the white eyeliner. I'm actually using that black eyeliner just to outline the face here, just so you can see it a little bit better and really define the actual bird itself. Next, we're going to go in and just do that to all the areas we feel need a little bit more of a border. And those were some of the eyeliners that I used for this look. Like I mentioned, this is the one that has the glitter in it, so I thought it would be a nice touch. I'm just filling in all the spaces where I think it needs a little bit more dimension. Can't go without highlighting, right? So I'm just using that white eyeliner just to give it a couple more spaces where it looks like the sun is naturally hitting the peacock. And of course, on his eyeball. I also wanted to give it a little bit more shimmer, so I did go back into the Morphe 35B palette. This is a glittery gold and a glittery blue. You probably can't see it on my fingers because they are covered in paint and stained pretty much. So I'm just going over those shades and creating a little bit more shimmer on the look itself. Once I was done shading the face a little bit more, I took my pins out and threw on this headpiece that I got from Amazon. I will link it below. And next we're going to go in, this is the final step, and just do the lips. Favorite color of all time, favorite lipstick, favorite melt lipstick of all time as well. This is in the shade NoOd. I'm putting this lipstick on and then topping it with the lip gloss from Dose of Colors. This is the Desi X Katie collection, that over the top lip gloss. And this is going to conclude the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thank you so much for coming, and I hope that you will continue to watch and subscribe so that you can see the Halloween videos coming up on my channel soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.